English Boost Podcast. English lesson from Learning English with Duoa.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Learning English with Duoa. I am so happy to have you here today. Today, I want to talk to you from the heart about a topic we all think about, where we live, and where we truly belong. I want you to listen carefully, and stay until the very end of this video, because the vocabulary I will use today is very important for your daily conversation, and you will get the maximum benefit if you follow the story until the last second. Personally, I often think about my lifestyle. I live in the city, in a building surrounded by other tall buildings. I like being in the center of everything. I love that I can walk to the store or find a cafe around the corner. But, to be honest, sometimes I feel tired of the city life. I feel that there is too much smoke and pollution from the cars and buses. The air doesn't feel fresh, and the noise never stops. I often find myself dreaming of something different. When I open my window in the morning, I don't hear birds. I hear the loud engines of trucks and the constant honking of cars. This makes me wonder, is this the life I really want? I love the lights of the city at night, but I hate the dust that covers everything. I know that there are many people who prefer to live far away from this noise. They prefer the countryside, or what we call the rural life. I imagine living in a place where the only sound I hear is the wind and the trees. Some people like a simple life in a small cottage, but I also know people who dream of a big, luxurious villa. I can imagine that villa clearly, a huge house with a blue swimming pool in the backyard, surrounded by green trees and colorful flowers. I think I would prefer that peace. I would love to wake up and see nature instead of traffic and gray walls. In the countryside, you don't see smoke. You see you don't smell exhaust. You smell the scent of jasmine and pine trees. Let's think about the details for a moment. In the city, space is very limited. Most of us live in small apartments where we can hear our neighbors through the walls. I often feel crowded. But in a villa, or a house in the country, you have space to breathe. You have a backyard where children can run, and a pool where you can swim in the hot summer days. I prefer the feeling of freedom. I love the idea of having a large wooden table in a garden, surrounded by trees like olive and lemon trees, where I can drink my morning coffee in total silence. However, some people tell me, Duoa, the city is where the action is. And they are right. Some people prefer the energy. They prefer being near cinemas, huge malls, and international restaurants. They don't mind the pollution because they love the convenience. But for me, the more I live in the city, the more I crave the trees. I prefer a home that feels like a sanctuary, a place of peace. I think about the health benefits too. Living in the countryside means less stress and better lungs, because the air is pure. In the city, we are always in a rush, always breathing in the smoke of thousands of cars. It's a fast life. But is it a healthy life? I often dream of a hybrid life. Maybe a house that is not too far from the city, but far enough to have a large garden. I imagine a house with large glass windows that let the sunlight in all day. I love natural light. I hate dark rooms. I want to see the greenery outside from my bed. I know many of you share this dream with me. Some of you might be living in a village right now and wishing to move to the city. And some of you might be stuck in a small apartment like me, dreaming of a villa with a sparkling pool. The beauty of life is that we all have different tastes. I prefer silence. You might prefer music. I love trees. You might love skyscrapers, but we must agree that our environment changes how we feel. When I am surrounded by nature, I feel creative and happy. When I am stuck in traffic in the city, I feel annoyed and tired. This is why choosing where to live is one of the most important decisions in our lives. It's not just about a roof over our heads. It's about our mental health and our happiness. I really want to hear your thoughts now, because your stories inspire me. Please leave a comment below and tell me about your dream home. Describe it to me. Do you prefer the fast, smoky, but exciting life of the city? Or do you prefer the quiet, green, and fresh life of a villa in the countryside? Do you want a pool or a small garden? I read all your comments and I want to know your opinion. Also, if you found this video helpful for your English, and it gave you new words to use, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel to support me. Your support is what keeps Learning English with Duoa growing every day. Thank you for staying and watching until the very end. I will see you tomorrow.